Hi, my name's Andrew Willens. I'm game director for Hood, Outlaws and Legends, and I want to start today by, saying a huge thanks on behalf of everyone here at the dev team in Newcastle for the support, overwhelming response to the game so far. Our new community of Outlaws has been incredible. We've been glued to the streams and poring over the feedback all week. And just to let you know, this is only the start of the journey with Hood. We're looking at the player reactions, and the player reactions so far are very similar to what we saw when we were prototyping the game ourselves. You're having the same hooping and hollering and fun moments. But today, really, I just wanted to kind of take a look at where we're at, have a look at some of the interesting stats that have come out from the launch week, and how we're going to go about responding to your feedback. Now, in terms of character balancing, there's lots of fun stuff in the stats, but we can see some interesting trends relating to the balance of the characters, and these are informing our design decisions for any next steps, basically. So as we look through the character stats, we'll see that, John's win rate is currently, 53%, Marianne's is 49%, Robin's is 48%, and Tuck's is 52%. So you can see that, in spite of a lot of comments about things being kind of out of balance for whatever reason, this is pretty okay for a launch week, I would say. And it's not to say things aren't perfect, far from it. We are looking at the comments, we're looking at the data, and we will be making tuning and balancing changes over the coming weeks. But this is kind of okay for a launch week. I'm pretty happy with that. So we are in kind of a sweet spot, but we know there's stuff to be done there, and we'll continue to track it. So another hot topic that we've been keeping an eye on is the so-called winch rats. So this is the idea that a team could sit back and let the other team do all the hard work and then steal the victory at the end. And again, the data kind of doesn't correlate to prove that is the thing. So all of these are leading to the fact that if you play the objectives, you stand a better chance of winning the heist, frankly. And also it's worth bearing in mind that, even if someone was to kind of steal victory at the end, you might actually have ended up with more XP and gold than the team that, claimed the win. So that's just the way that we bank the loot. That's not to say everything's perfect. It's not. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep tracking this data. And obviously we're listening to the feedback, and we can look at how the winch, works for subsequent iterations. So there, the team that plays the objective, according to our data, is significantly more likely to win than the team that doesn't. So how can teams use this knowledge to advantage? Well, some of the tips would be, stealth is absolutely important. If you're breaking stealth, if you're alerting the AI, you will be highlighted for everyone to see on the enemy team. So you're giving away your position. So it's not mandatory to play stealthy, but you will be penalized when you break stealth, and it is kind of showing your hand to the opposition. And the other thing as well, I think there's a few people that we're seeing, it is a good tactic. If you get the treasure chest, you can kind of pick the pocket. So if you got the treasure, you actually say where you're going to extract from. So when you open that map and you're looking at those extraction zones, look at which one's closest to your home spawn, because even if all the other capture points are taken, it's less distance to run from your home spawn if you pick an extraction zone that's nearer to that. So that's another little tip for that one. So moving on to another couple of the big topics, matchmaking. We observed a lot of players having long waits in the lobbies initially. So the good news is we've identified the issue, and for the most part this has been fixed with a patch on PC recently. There is another improvements patch due to go out on PC and console later next week, which will make things a lot quicker, basically. So that update has been rolled out, but there's more improvements still to come. Next, we'll look at assassinations. So we've seen your feedback regarding how assassinations work. This is another interesting one, because during development, when we made assassinations too easy, it led to this what we call backstab fishing gameplay, where you would just move around in this deadly conga kind of line, trying to take someone down in sequence. So make it too easy, and it's not much fun, and it's highly exploitable. Make it too difficult, and then it feels frustrating because you can't do it with ease, so it feels less accessible. So we're still trying to work out exactly where that sweet spot lies. We will still continue to tune that. Our first kind of big change to the way assassinations work is that we're going to be checking in very soon some code to interrupt the animation. So if you see someone being assassinated, if you see a teammate being assassinated, the idea is that you can hit them and knock them out of the assassination, effectively saving your teammate. So much like on the winch, where you get this flinch response if you hit someone who's winching, we're going to try and do the same thing with the assassination in progress. So in terms of what we're looking into in the short term, we are currently looking at the FPS cap on PC. That's actually tied to some technical issues, so we're still evaluating the impact on production pipeline before we commit to that change, but we'll have more information to share on that soon. Don't hesitate to use the in-game reporting system. We've already banned plenty of cheaters and abusive players. We want to keep this community as healthy as possible, and you can help us do that. And continue to send your feedback as well. It's really useful, and it is informing our decisions, moving forward. Console players will be over the moon to learn that we have fixed the sensitivity issue on controllers as well. So there'll be a fix for that coming real soon. So looking further out then, we've got Mountain coming soon, real soon in fact. So we are putting the finishing touches to this map. It's hugely exciting. It's very distinct. It's unlike any of the other maps. Got some really interesting long sight lines and some tight kind of underpasses. There's 3 bridges which separate 2 main bodies, and there's lots of carnage going to happen on those. There's even one of the bridge has almost like a sky door in it, so you can fall through the bottom of the bridge into the abyss. It's a super cool map that we really, really enjoyed, and hopefully we'll be able to share that with you soon. So looking, further than that, we've got a wealth of game updates. We've got balance tweaks, implementation of new features, from the community feedback. We are actively working on a new game mode. So this is a PvE game mode, which will reward you with XP, with gold. So this will be seen as, an alternative to the main core heist mode for people that just want some co-op action. Frankly, they just want to chill out with some friends and just do a heist, but do that, in a more co-op environment. But there's a couple of really cool mechanics that we want to introduce with that you're probably more familiar with in PvE style game modes, and it could even be a test bed, so we might test out a few new mechanics, and if they work really well, we could even filter them back into the main heist mode. We're also looking at a hardcore mode as well, which I'll probably chat to you about in another couple of weeks, but we know that there's a big appetite for going even harder core in terms of disabling some UI elements, making stealth super important, and limiting respawns. So I'll share that with you as soon as I've got something more concrete to chat about. It's also worth pointing out that all of this stuff will be, it's free content that will be dropping in the next, be it weeks or the next month or so as part of Season 0. And then further afield, we've got the 5th Outlaw who will be coming online, Ida. And what to say about her? I hate the term game changer, but she definitely has some game-changing abilities. We'll share quite a bit more about her and what she's going to bring to the game very soon. So that's all for now. I should be back with another update soon, and the dev team will be more active on the forums over the coming weeks. Bear with us. It's been an incredibly busy launch week, so we're just catching our breath, and then we'll be diving back in with full strength next week. Thanks for all of your support. We are listening. We are working as fast as we can to build Hood to even greater heights. And so, genuinely, thank you for taking those first steps with us. Really, really appreciate your support, and I'll see you soon.